Upset underdog picks, or underdog upset picks, for college football week number 9. And I've got 9 games where I think there is potential, and all of these are a little bit bigger. I didn't go with the small dogs this time, but I'm going with a 5-dog round robin, and I'm going to do a long shot, a longer odds, 4-dog round robin. And I'm doing both of these, minimal money, no big deal, but just something to have fun with, because I think there is potential on these. Very, very interesting games. So if you're watching on YouTube, let me go on and pull up on the screen here the projected win probabilities based on 5 factors plus talent. Now, if you're over at bettingcfb.com, you got this early, but this kind of gives you an idea. As you could see, Sam Houston beat Florida International the other night, and the implied probability from the sports books was that Sam Houston would win 68.75% of the time. I had it as a 50-50 shot, basically, and Sam Houston won on a last-second field goal, or last-minute field goal. Kennesaw State, the sports books gave them a 6.67% chance. My numbers gave them a 42.55% chance. So, there is something to this. So let's go ahead and take a look at this and see what we've got going on. The shorter odds games that I think we are going to have potential upsets. Louisiana Monroe is 6-1. They're going to South Alabama. South Alabama is as inconsistent as the day is long. I mean, it is just, you never know what you're going to get from them. Some weeks they can put up 45. Some weeks they can put up, who even knows how much. So, yeah, just bananas. Just bananas. Louisiana Monroe, their numbers don't make any kind of sense whatsoever. But when you look at this, I've got them right here. Sportsbooks give Louisiana Monroe a 29.85% chance to win outright. I give them a 49.7% chance to win outright. So we'll take ULM, and I didn't write down my odds on this. Let me see what I can do on that. Okay, so looking at the odds now, Louisiana Monroe is plus 225 at South Alabama on that one. Second game of the 5-teamer, San Jose State. I know I talked about them on the BetUS show. It is an absolute mess what is going on there. I don't understand it, but we'll see. The quarterback situation is weird, but when you look at their numbers, they're really good. Fresno has been, we don't even know really what Fresno's doing, but my numbers have got this, the sports books have Fresno with a 65.75% implied probability. I've got them at 49.86%. San Jose State has got 38.76%. I've got them at 50.14%. So I think San Jose State has a very good shot of winning this game outright. You can get them at plus 170 on that. Texas Tech, again, high variance, volatile. You never know what you're going to get, especially between them and TCU. Texas Tech, I have got them, and I thought that was a night game. Maybe that's an afternoon game. There we go. All right, so Texas Tech, 34.48% chance to win outright per the sports books implied odds. I've got them at 48.3%. Texas Tech could easily hang 50 on the board. They could turn the ball over 6 times and get blown out. I mean, there's no telling. So when you're doing these kind of money line round robins, you're looking for variance. You're getting plus 200 with Texas Tech. I think there's certainly a shot that they could win the game outright against TCU. All right, moving on from there, game number 4, Michigan State, plus 170. Yeah, Michigan State against Michigan. This thing jumped all the way up to 5.5 yesterday. It's back down to 4.5. You can get Michigan State at plus 170 to win the game outright. Sportsbooks have them at 40.65% implied probability. I've got them at 47.43. Yeah, my numbers still think that Michigan is the more efficient team, the better in field position. But these are season-long numbers. Michigan State has been playing way better as of late. Way, way better. Michigan just cannot seem to get out of their own way. So, bit of a vibes play, as Parker would say. So game 4, Michigan State plus 170. And then game 5, I gave this out on Betting CFB already when it was Georgia State plus 8. Now you can get a 7. It's trending towards moving to 6.5. But Georgia State is plus 230 to win outright at App State. App State is not a good football team. They're just not. And they haven't played a lot of football in the last month. They've had to deal with flooding up there in Boone. It's been a problem, after Hurricane Helene. And this team's defense is just not very good. Not very good. So you can get plus 230 on that. So our 5-teamer right there, ULM plus 225, San Jose State plus 170, Texas Tech plus 200, Michigan State plus 170, and Georgia State plus 230 on that. Now, as far as the long odds round robin, I've got 4 teams here with longer odds than a touchdown. And I think that there's a chance all of these win outright. Not all of them. Obviously, there's a reason why they are underdogs, but still. Temple going to ECU. Now, obviously, we've all heard about the dead coach bounce. ECU fired Mike Houston. I don't know that I necessarily agree with that, but the last 2 years have certainly left a lot to be desired for Pirates fans. Temple has played a lot better since Evan Simon took over at quarterback. The offense is actually functional. They're actually pretty good. I think this is a decent team. Decent's a strong word there. They are a formidable team. And East Carolina is kind of the same thing. When you look at the numbers, the sportsbooks give Temple a 32.79% implied win probability. I've got them a 45.82% implied probability. So I think that Temple has a good shot of actually winning the game outright. So you can get Temple at plus 260. Yeah, that makes sense to me. The Sunflower Showdown. Now, my number overall on the season has Kansas State by like 16. So my number, especially at home, likes Kansas State. Chris Kleiman certainly knows how to beat Kansas. But when you dive into this and you look at how Kansas has played as of late, they're not turning the ball over as much. The offense is somewhat clicking. I mean, it's very touch and go, but still. You look at the implied probability, and the sportsbooks have Kansas with a 26.32% implied probability to win the game. I've got them at 42.24%. I think there is a world, especially as of late, because I don't know if Avery Johnson's healthy. If you look at what he was able to do running the ball last week, they did not run him very much. And I don't know that they necessarily needed him to, but I wonder if he's fully healthy. And if he's not, there is a chance that Kansas can take advantage of that if Kansas State can't put points on the board. So I will, Kansas plus 285. A long shot. I don't think it's going to happen, but I mean, that's what these are. Long odds, right? All right, we got 2 more on this. Central Michigan. Central Michigan is a conundrum. Miami of Ohio right now is a massive, massive favorite. The sportsbooks give them an 82.3% implied probability to win the game. I've got them at 51.96%. I don't think Miami of Ohio is as good as people are making them out to be. I think people are still remembering them winning that MAC title last year. Central Michigan is hit or miss. They can win by 3 touchdowns. They could lose by 4 touchdowns. Like, it's all over the place. You never know what you're going to get out of this team. Implied probability is 22.22% at the books, and I've got them at 48%. So when you can look at that, and you've got Central Michigan at plus 400, yeah, we'll toss them on there as well. And then the last one, this one's going to seem kind of odd. Missouri going to Alabama. This number has gone up and up and up. I think it's at like 18 now. I mean, it's just bananas. But Missouri, the sportsbooks give them a 14.71% implied probability to win the game outright. I've got them at 47.39%. Now, part of this is vibes. Part of this is we don't really know what's going to happen with Missouri. Brady Cook is doubtful. It looks like he's not going to play. He might play. I mean, he went to he was in the hospital last week during the Auburn game and came back and led the win. I wonder about Alabama's psyche. They got beat by Vanderbilt, came back and looked absolutely awful against South Carolina. Now, part of that had to do with South Carolina's defensive line. Missouri, their front seven has actually been pretty good against the run. If Bama cannot get the run game going, if there's something actually going on with Jalen Milroe, if he is actually hurt, because he didn't look right last week, if that Alabama offense doesn't score, Missouri can hang around in this game. So like I said, implied probability for Missouri is 14.71%. I've got them at 47.39%. Nate Noel being out, I don't feel like that's as huge of a deal because I think Marcus Carroll is a really good running back. So you give him enough carries, and I think that they're going to be just fine. So the 4 on that one is Temple plus 260, Kansas plus 285, Central Michigan plus 400, and Missouri plus 680. I should start just doing sprinkles instead of the round robins. I should probably just do sprinkles. Make a little more sense. It would be fun. It would be fun. Maybe I'll do that for the rest of the year. We'll see. Thanks for listening to Winning Cures Everything. Make sure and follow me on Twitter at GaryWCE. If you want to toss in a question, you can email me Gary@winningcureseverything.com. Make sure and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.